All right, so as most of you know, the Harley blew an oil line. I'm gonna include the picture of the part that you need to get if you ever come across this issue. With your Harley, this is a Sportster 48, so it'll pretty much be the same for like any Sportster model, whether it's 883 or 1200 or 48. But you have, this is the oil tank right here. This is on the throttle side. So this is your oil tank here, and you have these lines. So you have this one, if I'm not mistaken, these are like oil cooler lines right there. And then that one, this line right here is the one that that blew. So this is the belt, but it was this line right here. This is your oil tank drain line, and when it's a drain line, when they say it's a drain line, it definitely drained everything out of the oil tank. So I'm gonna replace this line. I already took the clamp off. You might have to either break or like pry these clamps off if you have this issue, because these are like a special type of crimped clamp. I'm gonna replace them with regular screw-on clamps, which will make it easier if I have this issue in the future. But this is the oil tank line, and it runs from this side of the bike, which is on the throttle side, and it'll run all the way to the other side, which I'll show you right now. All right, so we are now on the clutch side. This is that line right here. It runs all the way from the other side, and you'll know it's the drain line because they have this plug in the end, draining the oil out. Pretty much you would unloosen the screw clamp, drop this out, and the oil will drain out of here. But as of now, there is no oil in here, so I'm going to replace this line and just do an oil change or refill it with oil while I'm down here. All right, so first things first, normally you'd want to run the bike a little bit so that way the oil could run through the system and it heat it up so to make it easier to drain out because it's a pretty thick oil. But like I said, there's nothing left in here. This is your oil tank cap. Push down, turn it to your left, and pull it up. And as you can see, there's nothing in this thing at all. So we're pretty much just going to be refilling it with oil, and I'm going to show you the type of, I got Harley Davidson motor oil for it, so I'm going to show you what type it is. All right, so this is Harley Davidson genuine oil. This whole kit, filter, this is primary oil in the black, and gaskets, filter, and oil. Came out to be about 89 bucks for an entire thing, which is probably why they charge you like $150 to $200 to change the oil on these bikes. But we're gonna go ahead and get that hose changed, put the clamps on, and get this done. And this is what I mean by the screw-on type clamps. So like I said, Harley has some other type of clamps that you need a special crimp tool to lock on. So I'm just gonna use these. This is the one that was actually on the end of that drain plug, so I'm gonna use it on both sides, on the part that's connected to the tank and also the end of the drain plug. I got some extra ones down there, so let's go ahead and get this hose changed. And like I said, this one little hose caused so much problems, but let's go ahead and get it changed. This is my doggy here. What's up, buddy? He's hanging out with me today. Everybody say hello to Daytona. All right, so this is the plug, the hose right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take it off. It's pretty much already off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this one. Like I said, you'll have three. 1, 2, 3. This one right here runs out. That's the one I showed you that runs out to the other side of the bike. On some of these, it might run downward, so it'll come out the bottom of the bike. But on this particular one, it goes out the other side. As you can see, there's splits in the holes and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go to remove this one right here. Not those 3. This one right here. And go ahead and get it put back on. All right, I just want to show you the hoses side by side. So this one right here is the old one. You see all the cracks in it. And this one right here is the new one. Perfect holes. One side is a 1/2 inch and the other side is a 1/4. So they're two different sizes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this back in to make sure this thing doesn't start dripping more oil out. All right, so the first clamp is on. You just want to get it tight enough to where you don't like strip the hell out of it or bend or break anything. So that one's on, hose is back good on this side. So all I'm gonna do is go ahead and put another clamp on the other side where the drain hose, where the drain part is, on the other side of the hose, and then we should be able to get oil in this thing and see how it goes. All right, so next thing you want to do is, this is your filter. Again, this is the clutch side of the bike over here. If You go down right from the frame here. This is your oil filter. If you notice, I have aluminum foil here. If you watch my other videos on my Gixxer and you see how I change the oil on that one as well, then you'll also notice that I put aluminum foil under it, so that way it catches the oil and it doesn't run all over the bike and all over the place. So it's just a little trick that I have. Just get you some aluminum foil, make sort of like a slide for it, and then you want to go ahead and remove this filter. It's going to drip a little bit if there's anything left in it. And I'm going to go ahead and put the new one on. All right, and that's what I was talking about. So you see the aluminum foil, it catches the oil that's coming out, and there it goes. I'm just going to let it sit and let it drain a little bit. Just gonna that out a little bit more, and I'm just going to go ahead and let that run out for now. But just to let you know, you will need a, what is this? Definitely get you one of these, which is a filter wrench. This one is a 76 millimeter 14, so a 7614 oil filter wrench. I got this from AutoZone. It's $8. I'm pretty sure you can find it cheaper on Amazon, but you will definitely need one to get this done. So let's go ahead and get it moving. All right, so the filter's off. While you're in there, you might want to take like a rag or a napkin or something and just clean off the where the oil filter mounts at, just to get it a little bit clean so it's not messy. It still has a little bit of oil dripping out, but it's pretty much all out. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that off and get the new filter on. When putting the new filter on, you do want to make sure it's not cross-threaded. So you can just go ahead and kind of hand tighten it on right now, which make sure it seats, and then I'm gonna take the filter wrench that I bought earlier, this thing, and just tighten it up a little bit, but not super duper tight. You don't gotta like try to like break the freaking or strip it, strip the hell out of it or anything like that. All right, so now you want to take your oil. This is primary gear fluid. I think I already mentioned that. I'm not going to do the primary today. I'll probably do it at a later time. But this is 2050 motorcycle oil. Now, this bike should use about 2, maybe and a half quarts of this oil. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Let's see if we can get this bad boy to say at least somewhere above that that low mark, which is where it's at now. Maybe somewhere in the middle or close to full. All right, so I'm still out here working on the Harley. I took the oil cap out. I went ahead and test ran it. I just need to probably put maybe a half a quart more oil in it to make sure it's full, but so far I'm not noticing any leaks. Down here is good, on the other side is good, and nothing coming out from over here. I kept the oil pan under it just in case it started dripping or anything. So yeah, next thing I need to do is adjust this headlight, because I noticed at nighttime when I ride it's sort of angled in the wrong direction, so I need to kind of move it more center. But let's go ahead and get about another quart in here and then turn it on again and see where the level is at. All right, so right now I just put in 2.5, maybe a little bit under a half. Wild birds out here. 2.5 quarts of a Harley Davidson motor oil. This is it, 20W50 HD genuine motorcycle engine oil. I just went conventional. I didn't go full synthetic because I'm probably not going to keep this bike long enough to even worry about the next oil change. But so far I just want to inspect it for leaks, and what you want to do is make sure that your oil light turns off up here. Got birds out here going on. So let's go ahead and get it started, see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the oil change on a 2019 Harley Davidson 48.